One last little element that I think is the most delicious one to this whole saga of Aaron bursting Bellingcat's bubble is that you were attacked by the worst punk band in history. I don't even know if you can call them a punk band. I mean, the biggest joke in music, Pussy Riot attacked Aaron. I suggest Aaron move to Russia. Okay, thank you, Joseph McCarthy, and try living under Putin's rule if he loves him so much. Just like you moved to the West to live under Western rule and hung out with our most odious war criminals because you hate Putin. It's so fucking amazing to see the Western intellectuals writing off our lives, blood, fight, and suffering. How are you writing off their lives, blood, fight, and suffering? Oh, and you're suffering in blood.
I was talking about I wasn't even talking about. I was talking about Bellingcat. There's nothing even there about Russia.
But she says dehumanizing us as NATO's psyops. But you didn't say anything about Pussy Riot. So it's just she's identifying with all of the U.S. intelligence assets because that's what they essentially are. Named the President Zelensky hero fighting for his country, a NATO pawn. Of course, he's a NATO pawn.
Yeah,
I mean, that's not even debated. And a war, you called Ukraine a proxy war? Isn't that is currently called a proxy war by every member of Congress on the Foreign Affairs Committee? Then they start misspelling your name. Now he attacks our fierce comrades. They're fierce.
That's my favorite line.
Like Elliot Higgins is doing walking down the catwalk in Zoolander. Like he's fierce, doing a Bruce Steele look. Risking their lives, resisting evil. Oh yeah, these guys are really risking their lives, sitting in Leicester, England, in a living room. They're so brave.
Yes,
Putin is cancer and evil, and he has to be stopped. Okay, and then it ends with basically a call for regime change in Russia, from this NATO's favorite punk band. This is my tweet, and then I follow up. My point, in 2013, the National Endowment for Democracies. This is the only time the National Endowment for Democracy has ever honored a punk band. Wow, they look so avant-garde and subversive there, being celebrated by a CIA cutout. And then here's two of their founders with Hillary Clinton.
I said that they really need a comrade counselor, someone to help them out with their choice of comrades, because if your comrades are, the NED, the Clintons, Bellingcat, I think you need some comrade guidance.
They're the most disgusting, vulgar, talentless bunch of clowns. And as I said, it's as if Victoria Nuland got a budget to come up with a punk band. They had an orgy at a veterans memorial in Moscow. And then they urinated in the middle of an Orthodox church in 2013. Do you think that would even go over well in the United States? That's disgusting. It doesn't require any talent to do that. Some drunk guy runs out at a New York Giants game across the field to get publicity. That's basically Pussy Riot, except they're holding an anti-Putin sign. And then they're hailed as these kind of geniuses who are saving or risking their lives. Has anyone ever listened to Pussy Riot's music? Who loves them? Let's listen to their music just to see how much they suck. And I mean, they get so much production help for this crap. I mean, I don't even know what that was. What is that? I mean, it's first of all, punk rock, it comes from most punk rockers I know. They're anarchists. They're kind of in that anarchist mentality. Tom Morello works with these clowns. They would, denounce Putin. That was your leader. Call him cancer and evil and all that. But a true anarchist would go and cozy up to the even more powerful imperial forces represented by Hillary Clinton, the National Endowment for Democracy, and the CIA and MI6 and whatever it is they're working with. And that's what they've done. They've just traded one powerful counter-hegemonic leader for the even more powerful hegemonic leadership, because they're talentless and that's the only way they can get recognition. I mean, if they weren't running around at like phony NGO galas with Hillary Clinton, they would be unknown. They would be
Exactly.
on the beach with the metal detector looking for loose change.
There are plenty of Russian dissidents who don't go cozy up to U.S. neocons. And those dissidents get no attention because they're opposed to both. They're opposed to the Putin government, but they're also opposed to U.S. meddling in the country. So accordingly, the U.S. wants nothing to do with them. It can't use them for anything. So they get ignored. But people who do cozy up, like Pussy Riot and Navalny, they're held up here as like the beacons of resistance inside Russia, because ultimately they're on board with the U.S. agenda, which is to keep Russia subjugated and return Russia basically to what it was in the 90s when Yeltsin was following U.S. orders. That's what neocons in Washington want. And they found some people inside Russia who pose as dissidents to go along with them. But the actual dissenters inside Russia don't want either agenda. And of course, they get ignored here.
And, you know, as I reported, based on UK Foreign Office leaks, Mediazona, one of the Russian supposed dissident media groups that was set up by former members of Pussy Riot, is directly supported by UK Foreign Office operations. So there's been a lot of reports on the NED backing them, at least through sort of third parties. And then, but apparently they're not getting supported enough. It's not enough money for Pussy Riot, because this is the pinned tweet on Pussy Riot's profile, which really speaks to the quality of the organization that the Western intelligence services and the Uniparty are backing. It's an ad for, or it's a promotion for Pussy Riot's OnlyFans page. I mean, no offense to OnlyFans creators out there, but I mean, come on. That's the organization that's going to overthrow Putin. That's what they're doing.